goats up there are saying there's no life like the good life. You hear that? They just agreed. Ah, yeah.
You gotta love it when VFC has a couple glasses of wine at Sweetwater Beach and thinks he can talk goat. But then look where they are up there and look at the view they got, so they gotta be saying there's no life like the good life. There's just nothing else for them to say at that moment. I mean, I guess it is possible they're saying to each other, what's bigger, the mountain we're standing on or the mountain on that guy's face? Have you ever seen a fucking nose that big? But just look how beautiful these views are. Sweetwater Beach back there, and now we're walking forward over the mountain to Lutro.
Not gonna lie, I probably shouldn't have had that second glass of wine before negotiating that cliff back there. But you know what? YOLO. So there's Lutro. You can see it over there. It's gonna take a lot longer to get there than it looks. It's awesome. They got the tent tucked into the rock there. They got the boat chilling on the beach. Nobody around. So money, like look at this beach. I don't know if I'm ever gonna make it to Lutro. I don't know if I'm ever gonna make it off this island. So it's just like amazing.
I just gotta say, this is like one of the most moneyest spots I've ever just chilled out at in my life. I look back at it now and I'm like, how the hell did I ever get up from this spot or get out of that water? So quiet, so tranquil, it was just so money. And I knew I wanted to get to Lutro, but sometimes you just gotta chill back, relax, lay down, and make the most of that moment you're in.
Like no shit, I just might never get up from here. That girl over there has got her freaking man taking like 16,000 pictures. I know what that's like. Just f***ing love it.
I could have stayed in that spot forever, but instead I got up and made my way towards Lutro. It's a beautiful hike, as you can see, and this is all the mountainside and trail that we saw from the ferry ride yesterday in the Samaria Gorge video. Watch it if you haven't. You're soft if you haven't watched it yet. And I'm still hiking around in these Sperry deck shoes. As you can see, I've probably put about 35 miles on them so far on this trip between the hiking and touring I've done.
All that I just passed now is from Israel. Nice, everybody's out here in Crete, escaping that pandemic, living some good life. This guy, but look at him on the tree. That's freaking awesome.
I don't know if I'm just taking my sweet time getting there or what's going on, but it seems like I'm just looking at Lutro in the same spot for the last hour, and I'm not getting anywhere. It's not getting any closer. The hike is just gorgeous though, so the only thing really complaining is my feet.
Ah yeah, destination Lutro.
So there's a fence and a gate around the city to keep the goats out, so you go through the gate, you walk down the alleyway into the restaurant area, and it's a shame to see it so empty. In the pre-COVID days, places like this are just hustle and bustle. You're struggling to find a table, you gotta wait. But look, they got some food going, they just need the customers for it. But doesn't that look good there? I tried to come back to that later, but I got stopped with some raki at another restaurant. But all the food is out, it's fantastic. And some of the restaurants over there are a little busier, so it's not completely empty, but it just isn't what it should be. Lutro's got like an exact feel of Chora Sfakion, the way the restaurants in the harbor like that, and the food out and the tables. It really reminds me of Chora Sfakion. And then you roll right up onto the beach area. It's really nice. The beach is so tranquilo, and it's so good to see people out again after the pandemic, like I've been saying this whole trip. Really nice vibe in Lutro. And you gotta love it, just only accessible by boat or by hike. Yeah. And of course you got the places to shop a little bit to keep the ladies busy. And the food, like the food's just incredible. You get that local Greek food, and it's not like a real touristy type food. You get a lot of traditional dishes here, seafood. And then this guy wanted to have a conversation. But then I realized it must be a female bird when it started whistling at me. You can't. So this side of the harbor is where you catch the boats and you get another beautiful view, and then there's some money beaches over here. We'll go take a look at the beach and then go look at some ruins. Pretty nice. You got the different levels with the beach chairs and the cliffside, and then you got some cabanas up top here. It's just the feeling of being in a getaway though. You're so remote out here, cell phone receptions in and out. Just can't help but think, yeah, I've escaped. Now up here on top of the hill is the Castle Cafe and Restaurant, and this is an old Venetian castle, and you can see some ruins of the castle up here and some beautiful views. And Lutro is the ancient city of Phoenix, the port city for Napoli. So as you walk more over the hill, you can see some of the ruins of the ancient city, and it's just freaking amazing. You can see the ruins all over this hillside, but we're gonna go check out the church of Sotiros Christo over here. There's some gravestones and tombs in here. I don't like disturbing the peace too much, so take a look at these tombs and gravestones and then head out of here. And I say I don't like disturbing the peace, but you know when I see a bell, I'm gonna ring the damn thing.
Yep, you can. I just rang that bell.
And then just taking in all these ruins at the base of the mountains here, just amazing. And you wonder what this was like when it was a bustling civilization. Taking a couple more looks at this ancient city, and then I gotta get back and eat something before getting on that ferry. I haven't had nothing since breakfast. Kinda starving. Came back into the harbor area looking around and see if these water taxis go back to Chora Sfakion instead of the ferry. And they do, but the times weren't lining up with my appetite, so I said I just gotta go get something to eat. Started heading back to the other side of the harbor over there past the beach where the restaurants looked a little bit more lively. And like I said before, it's good to see everybody out and about again after all this pandemic lockdown. Families at the beach and enjoying the time, and the two girls massaging each other just shows how happy everybody is.
Yeah, I grabbed some food and then the ferry to Chora Sfakion. Back to the car. Yeah.
So the view from my table is pretty incredible of the harbor, and then the view gets even better with that full glass of wine and that feta cheese right there, doesn't it? And that feta cheese is just so smooth going down with the wine. And along with the feta, I got some siglio, which is the authentic Cretan smoked pork. So freaking delicious.
The feta and the meat together, that's money.
And then I just got to keep a lookout for that ferry, because I had this wine here hiking all day in the sun, then they bring the rakia.
There's no rooms left tonight in Lutro, so I gotta get that ferry. But I also gotta get this raki. So I paid the bill, now I just wait here till I see the ferry, then I just go get the ferry. It's only right over there.
So the ferry actually kind of sneaks up on you. It's a lot faster getting in there than I thought. So, but I made it. I had to haul ass a little bit because I was too much relaxing with the raki, and then got the car, drove back over the mountain to Chania, walked around the harbor area a little bit, and then I checked out an old popular hot spot that we used to hang out at years ago. And COVID doesn't exist in there.